Hello guys, Ycoms here and welcome to a new video on the channel. Well, it's been a while really since I said that. I think nearly 2 months it has been since my last proper video on the channel, apart from the live stream I did last Friday, which some of you tuned into, which was really nice to see. But anyway, this video should be well, I want to give a little bit of an explanation because why it has taken me so long really to upload another video to the channel, and also give I guess an in-depth view, let's put it that way, to why I quit the AOR F1 Season 14 Championship. I think it was in November, really, after the 6th round in Monaco, where I decided to retire from the season, and the sole reason for that was technical issues. Screen freezes really haunted me more and more. It has been an issue for me since Season 13, for those of you who watched those videos as well. Yeah, it got really it exaggerated quite a bit really in the last 3 rounds I was participating in. Russia, oh, there's the first one actually on my qualifying lap in Russia. But anyway, Russia, Spain and Monaco are the 3 races I haven't uploaded to the channel yet, and I will just, yeah, this is basically the footage that will you will be able to see in this video here today. And well, I partly will talk over it, partly will touch as well on, yeah, exactly why it has been taking me so long to, you know, do new videos, and what are my plans are really for the future now that F1 is really not a thing for me at the moment, at least. I can definitely say I have been doing racing quite a lot actually. I've really concentrated on iRacing the last couple of weeks and months, and doing different series there. Obviously, I'm participating in an AOR league there as well, in the AOR Formula Renault 2.0 Championship, and I think I could say that now actually the live stream you saw on the last Friday will not be the only one. I used to stream those races over on my Twitch channel, and I feel like I've been really lacking views for, I don't know, for quite a while really there, and I think YouTube has really improved the streaming part of it really. So I guess I'm gonna switch over and do all my streaming I normally do, which is basically that league basically, which I stream every Friday now from now on. Oh, well, every Friday since I think over 2 seasons now, and also the Assetto Corsa league, which I'm commentating on together with Phil since a few seasons as well. I think I'm gonna switch that over to the YouTube channel now, so I get just have more content really on the channel. Also, when I'm really not doing, you know, uploading racing from myself too much, especially on the F1 games, it's not really an option for me, because as you were able to see in a qualifying lap, and as you will be able to see during this video, it is not really the best for me at the moment to do videos on that. But yeah, so to summarize really, I want to do move my Twitch live streams over to YouTube. That's definitely what I'm going to do from, well, next week onwards. Next Monday is going to be the next round of the Assetto Corsa League, and then on the Friday always the Formula Renault League. So that is definitely something I want to do. In terms of uploading things to the channel in general, I don't really know, because I didn't really have much to share in the last couple of I don't know, weeks. Obviously there were some exciting iRacing, you know, official races and etc, and I'm doing quite a lot of races on that platform at the moment, more than I used to anyway, when I was concentrating on F1 as well at the same time, which is never really good. You shouldn't really do that if you want to improve on both platforms. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if I don't really know what to do with it. It could be that, you know, if I have an interesting official race or something like that in one of the series I'm doing, well, in the Formula Renault, or in one of the GT3 cars, or I'm also have been looking into the McLaren MP430, so that's the 2015 version, or 2015 version of the McLaren F1 car, which well, struggling quite a lot in, to be honest, but it's very fun car to drive, and basically for me that's the pinnacle of sim racing, so to say, and I really want to get better in that car for in the next few months. I don't know, just you know, for the fun really. because I don't really know where it's gonna take me really. If I don't know if we're gonna do any proper like more famous like series on iRacing in the future and stuff like that. That is really like, you know, something which I don't know really. I just enjoy racing really on that platform at the moment, and in some way I want to share it with you guys. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do in terms of that. If I'm gonna like, you know, just upload interesting races, commentate over them with the replay cameras, etc, etc, or if I'm just gonna do a couple of more live streams really when I'm doing like a longer race. For example, the block paint GT3 races are normally 40 minutes long, so that would be like a reasonable time, I guess. But yeah, that in that sense really, I want to do content, but I'm not and it's definitely not going to be too much F1 really. For those of you who wanted to see that, I'm sorry for that, but I definitely want to touch a little bit more on iRacing, and maybe, you know, do a couple of videos on there, and obviously together with the live streams, 1 or 2 per week. I guess that's basically like the near future plans for me for the channel. And if you have any other suggestions, obviously, you know, let me know, I guess. And I will well, try to implement them if I feel like, oh, it's a good idea. I haven't thought about that. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of really of these ideas, and if you have any other suggestions. That was a hilarious screenfist, by the way, which costed me further positions in this race in Russia. And I think now it's a good time to switch back over to F1, concentrating on what I can actually see on the race. So this is round 4, round Russia, and yeah, it didn't really go well. I think the issue started back in qualifying. That is another one which was really annoying. Braking zones were hilarious with these screen freezes, I have to say. And I think this is the race really where it really escalated. That was probably the race with the worst and the most screen freezes I've ever had. Normally it was really like, you know, 1 or 2 maybe per race or something like that. And if it happens on the straight, it's not, you know, happening. It's not really an issue. But if it's happening in corners, and for some reason it happened quite a lot in corners in this race, then it's not, you know, then it's not really beneficial. And yeah, we've been in the battle with the front group really in the first stint, where the issues weren't that bad, but now it's getting really worse. It's getting a little bit scruffed out here by Danny as well, which is actually, as I'm speaking, the current championship leader. I believe so. I think Danny is ahead of Tim at the moment. So, you know, pretty quick guy. And it is really, I don't know, it is really hurting me to see how the PC F1 side really has developed on AOR for the last couple of, you know, weeks really, with all the esports finalists now in there, the top 3 of the esports final, Brendan Lee, Svensson and Fabrizio Donoso in there. Obviously a few of them I raced before. Well, Fab is probably the only one I really raced wheel to wheel like on the same level, let's put it that way, back in season 13, when I raced in season 12 in the same league as Brendan Lee, and I obviously was no match to. We met a couple of times on the track, but you know, it was not really any serious competition going on there. But anyway, with the field just getting so strong, and surprisingly also a couple of really like high names in the sim racing world really from iRacing. I don't know, Isaac Price for example, also joining. It's really hurting me that I'm not really able to compete this season anymore. But it's also like, I don't know, at the same time it's a relief, I would say, because now I can concentrate a little bit more on one thing. And I think like I didn't really appreciate that too much really in the past. I was really like thinking, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do F1 and iRacing at the same time, and it didn't really, you know, bother me too much really. And now that I'm really committing to iRacing a little bit more, it really opened up. Oh my god, that's a dive and a half from Max there. I was pushing us off the track a little bit there, a little bit of aggressive move, but he's going through, and Kerry as well going through his. And yeah, now we're actually out of the points in that race. But yeah, touching on that point earlier, it really opened my eyes how much really I was compromised in terms of getting back into a certain amount of game, a certain game by switching the game all the time, and especially on iRacing, that's not really a good thing, really, because it's just, yeah, you know, everything needs to go together in that sim racing world, really. If you want to get better, I guess you have to, you know, commit to it and not do like half-hearted things, and that's what I'm trying to do now, obviously doing more racing on that. And yeah, in terms of F1, I don't know, really, especially like with the esports thingy growing so much, and I hope like that soon we will know a little bit more what will happen in 2018, as they want to do, you know, obviously expand that series, which was such a success. It was really a success in the last couple of back in October and November. It was really cool to see, and I really don't want to really leave that side, because obviously, like, I feel like still, if I get back into it, I still have like reasonable pace, and I really want to, you know, give up on that. But I don't really know at the moment what I should do really to get myself really the best chance to compete at the top level, because obviously, as you can see, as we were able to see in Russia, and you will be able to see here at Spain, which is probably the most heartbreaking moment of that season. And this is really the race where, after it, I thought like, okay, this is probably not a good idea to continue the season in that fashion, because it's just frustrating and not really worth it. So after the Spain race, I decided I'm gonna, you know, give the PC and the game, whatever, one more chance really, to prove me wrong. And otherwise I'm gonna leave the race, and you will be able to see Monaco later on in the video. That is not planned out. So yeah, I was kind of forced to say, okay, for the moment this game is not working for me for whatever reason. I don't know why. I tried everything really over the last couple of months to solve the issues, but yeah, at the moment it's not really possible. I'm planning to do like a complete PC reset once again, and I've done that before really already, since I encountered these issues. But I don't know, maybe I will do it one more time and go back into these games and see if it's gonna be better, because I hope so. I really hope so. And despite all the issues these games have, and you know, they're not perfect, but it is just, first of all, fun to drive against online drivers, and it's obviously with the growing competition it gets like more tricky to get to the top level, and you don't really want to miss out on that one to compete against these top drivers, and that's what I really want to do, fighting at the top. And this is why really this is not a goodbye for me from F1 games, but rather like a forced break, let's put it that way. But yeah, Spain here, I took pole position. It's probably my best qualifying lap of the season, I have to say. And we had a very good opening stint, I have to say. You can see on lap 9 we extended the gap to Formula Danny to, I don't know, 4.5 seconds maybe? Yeah, 4.5 seconds, there we go, after lap 9. So that was very good. There was rain forecast for this particular race, so, but we weren't exactly sure when it was going to come. It was going to come eventually, which is probably why why the majority of the people won't pit for the hard tires, which is the normal tire you would go on for the one-stop strategy around this track. But we went on to mediums, or at least I selected mediums for the moment. I think we're going to go on to that. Danny pitted one lap earlier, and at the end of lap 10 I'm going to go for my scheduled pit stop onto the mediums to, you know, just maximize the pace, I guess, and see that the rain comes at the end of that tire life really for the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 laps. Hopefully, at least. Sometimes the dynamic weather is also fooling a little bit with the better forecast. Oh, we've actually been held there by, I don't even know who came into it. I think that was Raven, and that cost us quite a bit of time. And we will come out of the pits. It's going to be interesting where Danny actually is in comparison, and you can see in the background he is behind Fizzy actually, and that is maybe good, so Fizzy can defend a little bit from him. Hopefully I can get away a little bit again. And yeah, that was a little bit annoying, obviously, since I since I was able to, you know, open up that gap in the first stint. Now it's pretty much all gone because Danny now got past Fizzy and he's back in my slipstream. So that was, yeah, a little bit annoying at that time, but I still like felt confident in the car. Really, the pace was there, and I was at this time in the race where I really thought like, okay, the guys who, you know, started on the hard tires might go to the point where the rain actually comes down, so they don't need to pit before the rain comes, and that was really a concern because especially like the hard tires get so much quicker over the course of, well, yeah, just so much quicker at the end of the stint. And you can see there's someone leading like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 seconds up the road. That's gonna be a huge task really to close that down. We need to get past Arox here pretty quickly because Danny is obviously right behind us, and he's actually defending from us here into turn 1, trying to go around the outside. Can we keep it on the track? Yes, we can. We slowed it down nicely down. It's like actually a very, very good move, straightforward move, and an important move really to keep myself some distance from Danny, because I wanted to pull away once again. Wanted to like get the gap to the old thingy. 6.8 seconds it is to Topa up in front, and that's going to be very hard to catch really, if not impossible. I don't know. We will see, I guess, in the next couple of minutes how that will develop. Lap 24, this rain started to come down, and Topa extended the gap actually to 7 seconds. But it was extending the gap as well to the cars behind, so that was really weird. Like I felt like slow and fast at the same time. That was really, really weird. I think at some point the gap was like 5 seconds or something, but then it got up to 7 seconds again once it started raining, I think. So that was a little bit of a weird development really, and Turbo's actually a bit for the intermediates now, staying up for another lap. And yeah, I guess at the moment we're settled for P2 for a solid race for the first time since China. China was the only race this season really where I was on the podium before this one. And on lap 26 we're actually still out, but so is Tim, and that happened. Sorry for the terrible sound, but that's just how my screen was for I think 15 seconds, and that was basically race ending for me. I think, yeah, there we go, there we are in the wall. I'm not sure if we actually had any damage at this point, but I was so annoyed. And it basically, I don't know, I still would have finished probably in the points, maybe 5th, maybe 6th, 7th, 8th or something, but I was just so mad with it. I just couldn't, you know, I wasn't really, you know, in the state of, hey, comeback drive once again on intermediates for the last couple of laps. Not really cool. But then I said to myself, okay, Monaco, last chance. I did some, you know, adjustments again to try to fix my issues, and they still occurred in practice a little bit. Not as frequent as in Russia, obviously, but, you know, they still occurred. So I hope, like, it's gonna be a little bit better, and that I would be able to continue this season, really, with some issues maybe, but maybe, you know, Russia was the only race, really, where it would be that frequent. And we're currently on my qualifying lap. I think that's my fast lap in the session. This is at the beginning of the session, which is a little bit annoying because like the track obviously gets way quicker at the end of the session. And this was not a bad lap at all, really. Yeah, but it was nowhere near my PB. My PB was actually 5/10 quicker than that, but that was at the end of the session, and you will be able to see why I was not able to improve, because, well, who would have thought a screen flip is going to happen into the most unpleasant corner there is on the track. There we go. So no improvement on that particular occasion, and we're gonna start the race in P4. I think this is the first race where Brendan Lee is actually in the lobby, and he's gonna start obviously, well, not obviously, but you know, in Brendan Lee fashion, from pole position. And there's ACR nobody actually in a very strong P2 into turn 1, and he's actually made a mistake, so we are up into P3. So decent start. I was a little bit annoyed, obviously, about the qualifying issues and stuff like that, but, you know, Monaco, long race, everything can happen. overtaking is pretty much impossible, but, you know, maybe go for the undercut, or I don't know, to see what we can really do against Brendan Lee and Danny, and obviously, you know, the guys are behind as well, see what kind of pace they have. And at the moment I felt like I was not really thinking about screen freezes and I don't know, stuff like that. I was just trying to, you know, do the best I can and see how it goes, really. So it's going to lap 3. It's still, I think, in the DRS of Danny, but Brendan Lee is just gone. That is an interesting line there from Danny into that corner. And yeah, to behind us is Tupper. Oh no, that's a screen freeze. Okay, I was actually at a good section. That was kind of straight line, so nothing really happened there. So for the moment we are fine from Tupper, who is quite close behind us actually. And then that happened. And yeah. So issues weren't fixed. Still the same things happening, and we're gonna have to pit at the end of this lap. Going on to the soft, which should take us towards the end of the race. Oh my god, that was another one. So going into the end, well, into the pits at the end of this lap. So this video is not too much longer, really. It's only 2 minutes longer, so I did not continue for too many more laps because some more things happened. But anyway, I guess this is obviously a little bit of a frustrating video to make, you know, since it was basically like the end for me for that particular season. But you know, at least I can concentrate on some other stuff now, and I hope I will be more regular once again with uploads, really, for and obviously with introducing live streaming and YouTube and stuff like that. So hope you kind of understand where I'm going really with the content, and hope you're gonna follow me once again for whatever journey I will take in the next couple of months. And yeah, once again, thanks again for sticking with the channel and watching the video. And I guess yeah, we'll see you very, very soon. Just gonna commentate a little bit over the end of this of this disaster, which was Monaco as well. Stuck behind Fedor now actually. And I think he's actually going to let us through because we were so close behind him. Yeah, there we go. But we are in P14. We are basically in no man's land at this point. And yeah, it's not going to get better really in the next couple of laps, which is going to mark well the end of my season really. But yeah, I guess I'm going to stop talking really. I'm just, you know, keep talking bullshit really. And there you can see, this is basically my end to the season. I hope you reasonably enjoyed the video. I hope I could give you a little bit of an update really what is going on, and I will see you very, very soon for the next video or live stream or whatever, you know. Alright, bye bye.
Seconds. Okay, box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. The front wing is badly damaged. You've lost a lot of downforce on the car. Pit and we'll fit you a new front wing.